My dad gave me those shares, you know? He ran that company.
I get it. But I think you own too much. Got to manage your risk.
An honest opinion is how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
Truehoop TV, we are here with Eddie Maisonet, editor-in-chief of the Sports Fan Journal, NBA writer for SB Nation, and all-around sneaker expert. How you doing, Eddie?
I'm doing well, my brother. Brother Ethan, it's good to see you.
It's great to see you. So you wrote a recent article about the situation with Nike and Kevin Durant, Nike versus Under Armour. Could you give a little rundown to the people who don't know exactly what happened there?
Yeah, sure. So Kevin Durant's contract with Nike is coming up at the end of 2014, and Under Armour, looking for an opportunity to improve their minuscule market share in the basketball sneaker arena, they put a landmark offer on Kevin Durant's feet, and they dared Nike to match him. And Nike, coming to the 24th hour, they decided, hey, we're going to match it. We're going to go above and beyond. And they re-signed Kevin Durant. And it shows two things. One, that Under Armour is serious in trying to get into the basketball sneaker market. But Nike also looks at Kevin Durant and says that he's the future of our basketball brand.
So I noticed on Twitter that Andre Iguodala went at Kent Bazemore, who's an Under Armour guy, for thinking they had a chance with Kevin Durant. Was that fair? Was Iguodala being unfair to Under Armour?
Well, I think it's hilarious to see Kent Bazemore being this bastion of light of representation for Under Armour. Like, it's Kent Bazemore, and I love Kent Bazemore to death, but still. I think what people are thinking is that Under Armour is still so low down the totem pole that it's really hard to think that they could come in and sign someone as big as Durant. They've had zero success branding any star. They failed with Kemba Walker. They failed with Brandon Jennings. Might not have been the best choice of players to sign either, right? But, they got Stephen Curry now, and they're taking baby steps. And if Kevin Durant was going to have a contract offered by Nike, it would be a no-brainer that he'd stay with the swoosh.
Speaking of Stephen Curry and speaking of Twitter beefs, there was a little back and forth between Curry and Bomani Jones. Bomani was just joking, basically saying that the look of Curry's shoe might have influenced Durant's decision. I think he was just kidding, but Curry went at him. Was that fair? How does for somebody like myself who doesn't know anything about shoes, the look of Steph Curry's shoe, good, bad? What do you think?
I think it's a shoe that, if I'm between the age of 14 to 25, maybe I consider wearing that shoe. It's bright. It's got a lot of metallic colors. That's not necessarily something I'm going to wear casually. I like to consider myself a dapper and debonair individual, and that might not be something I'm going to wear on a Friday or Saturday night. But, they're trying to appeal to a certain market. But like we said, there has not been a casual shoe that Under Armour has found success with in a large scale.
Okay, well, given that I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to shoes, I'm going to throw a theory at you, and you can tell me if I'm crazy, if I'm stupid, if I'm ignorant, all that good stuff.
Go for
I
it.
think the issue Under Armour might have is that their logo, it doesn't exactly fit well in a shoe, that UA, whereas the Nike logo, it's a swoosh, it's shoe-shaped. It just goes so well with the contours of design. Am I crazy for thinking that's an issue for Under Armour?
Well, everything about Under Armour has always been big and bold. And if you have this really big U and A, you have to start thinking about functionality of where it fits with the shoe. I think one of the great things Nike's done is they've enhanced their brand to have different representations of their logo. They have the swoosh, they have the Nike, they have the Air. They've grown their brand, so now Jordan has his own logo, and LeBron James has his own logo. Kevin Durant has his own logo. So you have different ways to implement a Nike brand with a variety of different looks. I think Under Armour will get better over time. Adidas has gotten better over time. They're most known for their three stripes, but some of their best shoes, you can't hardly tell the three stripes are there. Derrick Rose's shoe looks like a Nike shoe from far away, with the two-tone look at the bottom and the dot focus of the shoe. So different shoes have found a way to get better over time with design, and I think Under Armour will eventually figure it out if they really want to win in the marketplace.
Do they have to do what Reebok used to do with those Iverson shoes and just put the logo on the tongue, kind of hide it there so it's not on the side?
I think whatever it takes to make the shoe look good and to get national, global appeal, it works. You had a dynamic person in Allen Iverson. It didn't matter where they put the logo. Iverson was wearing it, and people were going to buy it. It just so happened to be a really good-looking shoe, too, and it would sell out if they sold it right now.
As long as I have your expertise on this issue, here's what I'm confused by, as somebody, again, who doesn't know enough. The Jumpman. That whole division, how do they have so many stars? Why would somebody say, I don't want to have my own name on my brand. I want Michael Jordan's name on my brand. And they have Blake Griffin. They have Chris Paul. Is that confusing? Does that make sense to you? What do you think of that?
Sure. I mean, I think we're talking about, people get sneaker deals like people get max contracts. There aren't that many max contracts given out. Okay, we know about Rudy Gay, but regardless, we're talking about sneaker deals. And if I can get a sneaker deal that's going to pay me $2, $3, $4, $5 million, more than likely I'm going to take it. The opportunity for someone to have a signature brand has been few and far between. I think if you think about how many people there are with signature deals, you're looking at LeBron, Durant, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, Derrick Rose, and then the list gets really short after that. So if I have an opportunity to latch myself on the Jordan brand, greatest player in basketball history, and they've had a good stable of athletes on their roster over time, I think most athletes are going to jump for it.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Eddie will sell his loyalty to the highest bidder. It does not matter how good your shoe looks or whose name is attached to it. Just give him that money. He's going to wear it. Thanks so much, Eddie.
Size 13. Thank you, Ethan.